The highest thing you could say about somebody is that they were good people, because the work they did made everybody else's life better. And that's Bob Kogod. There are many philanthropists who say, at the end of the day, how's it working for me? He's always saying, how's it working for the institution or the organization? Bob has given a lot of resources, but more importantly, a lot of time to the Smithsonian. The Kogod courtyard at the Reynolds Center is really important. For years, that space between the buildings was really just a walkway. And Bob had a vision that said that we can make this not just a beautiful space, but a space that's beautiful to the community. He recognizes that the Smithsonian is the glue that holds a nation together. It's the place that allows people to define their reality and still get hope. And I would argue, in a way, that's a good way to think about Bob Kogod, is that all the things he touches, all the projects he works on, he defines reality, but he gives hope that there can be a better way, a different way, a more expansive way to understand a particular issue or a particular story.
Here at American University, our strategy is change makers for a changing world, and Bob Kogod is the ultimate change maker.
The concept of creating Crystal City from a real estate point of view was certainly a change maker. They truly changed the landscape of Washington, and I think having a business school named for Bob and Arlene really reflects that. It's an inspiration to our students, and it's an inspiration of the importance of giving back. I can remember in 1999 when this building was renovated and combined, Bob walking me through personally and showing me why he picked certain pieces of art so the students could have a full experience.
Part of the gift here to American University are 200 self-selected pieces that are a part of what our business school is. Bob is unique in his interdisciplinary nature. He is unique in his generosity. He is unique in both his strategic and tactical ability to contribute.
This is a very exciting time for American University. It's a very exciting time for our city. And I think that we will make Bob and Arlene very proud of the legacy that they've created by the Kogod School of Business.
Bob has been a great supporter of many, many causes, including the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School, many community activities, many civil organizations, always quietly and always a leader and very humble. He was the true anonymous giver. That's the nature our tradition teaches you should have, and very few people have. But he has it in spades. It'll be extraordinarily hard to come close to his legacy. In so many respects, when he became involved in something, he threw himself fully into the activities, as he did in the building of the Hartman Institute in Jerusalem, which he was responsible for. Bob, in my view, has always been the leader. I went along for the ride.
He is a mentor, he is a leader in that way, and elevates every single person around him. Sometimes it's his own philanthropy, where he sees an issue or an organization or an opportunity and puts his own resources behind it for others to follow. He has led by example by convening people in a conversation to talk about what needs to be done and where we need to go. And he also leads by example in a quiet way, just through his one-on-one conversations and getting people on their own to think differently about who they are and what they can do. The idea that we can envision a future, even if it's not right in front of us, that is stronger, more vibrant, more together, and where people want to be a part of it. No idea is impossible. It is really about imagining the future and then setting sights on getting there. That is his legacy for the Jewish community.
Bob is very knowledgeable about the community, the real estate community, the Jewish community, and generous. Even though he's extraordinarily knowledgeable, he is always very humble about his part in the story. Everyone in the real estate community has enormous respect for Bob, but also a fondness for Bob, also a delight that maybe he knows who they are and would stop and talk to them. And so if he is interested in the Jewish community, then it's something you should be interested in. If my husband were here, he would say, well, he was a real estate titan. He was an amazing part of the Charles E. Smith companies. I think Larry was so gratified to have men like Bob and Mel Cohn as one's mentors. that they were just kind of there for you. It's the way he became in the last 20 years of his life. When you end up asking advice, you end up learning a lot. Larry's relationship with Bob was that way. I have this one memory of going to the National Gallery for some donor event, and we were wandering through an exhibit. When we got into the room, he was looking at a particular painting, and when we finished with the room, he was still looking at the painting. We walked over, and he said, "There are some paintings you just can't take your eye away from." I remember thinking that's probably how he lived his life. That's true for paintings, it's true for problems, it's true for sanctuaries. You just don't want to take your eye away from them. And that's how I think of him, is all about what he noticed, how he led you, how he let you learn from the experience, and sort of the impression he leaves you with. He is a remarkable man.